What's up, gamers and geeks? Matt here with That's Fair Podcasting and Gaming Geeks Live. And in this video, I'm going to talk about what we know so far about Fallout 5, which is very little. I mean, given the very high success of Season 1 of the Fallout series and a huge game in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, which wasn't Bethesda but Obsidian, you know, and then there was Fallout 4, which was so-so. I think the building aspect of it was better than anything else. I really am looking forward to Fallout 5. It's a massive IP that I know fans like you and me are looking forward to in the Fallout universe. But all we can do is hope, because we know that won't happen until Elder Scrolls 6 releases. But stay tuned. If you are a fan like me of the Fallout series, then I know you, like me, are really looking forward to this Fallout 5. And again, we won't really know anything about it until well after, Elder Scrolls 6 releases. We know that that's after ES6. But I do know that when it does release, I will be front row and center, because even though Starfield, I won't call it a failure, but it lacked in so many areas. Hopefully Bethesda learns from that. But if you are new here, please feel free to subscribe to That's Fair Podcasting or Gaming Geeks Live. Maybe like the video, as you always help us in that algorithm. I sincerely appreciate that. If you don't do any of those and you just watch this pointless video on what we know so far about Fallout 5, thank you so much for sticking around. That's what matters the most. But guys, the development timeline is considered to be clear out to 2030 on this. That's the earliest that it is speculated, because as you know, Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be released first, and we know right now that that's their main flagship. That's their priority, their primary project that they are working on. As far as we know, Fallout 5 is just in pre-production at this point. And it is Elder Scrolls 6 expected to, or at least hopefully released in 2026, but I don't see it happening until 2027, which should give them a good 3 years to actually produce a much better Fallout than Fallout 4. Fallout 4 was not a failure in my book either. It's just I felt the story was linear, the story lacked, and the combat mechanics were so-so, but the building aspect of it is, I think, what really saved that game. Now, what can we expect from Fallout 5 after Starfield? Again, I'll say it again. Starfield wasn't a failure, but Starfield it felt shallow. I've said it time and time again. I call Starfield an ocean-sized game, but an ankle-high water. It wasn't deep in story. It was just huge and immersive, and that wasn't enough. And we really need Fallout 5 to come back and really deliver what Starfield failed to do. As we do know from what we've heard, Fallout 5 is not in full production. It's still in pre-production, which means it's barely taking off. What you call the baby stages of a video game. I mean, the real story isn't even out yet. But let's hope that Bethesda is able to put their nose to the grinding stone on this one. And because I know I did a video not too long ago about Elder Scrolls 6 about the same thing, what we know so far. And I kind of want the same thing from Elder Scrolls that I want with Fallout 5. Because with it in pre-production, it could even be farther out than 2030, as you know. Pre-production, again, it's too early a stage to even begin to even think about, any real release date when it comes to Fallout 5. Right now it's Elder Scrolls 6. That's their current primary focus. But let's get to rumors and speculations that we have heard thus far when it comes to Fallout 5 coming out. The first one is an even larger open world that, Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 is supposed to be bigger than that. I can't really count Fallout New Vegas. That's an Obsidian title. But it's rumored that Fallout 5 will be bigger. Now, do we know where it takes place? No, there's been speculation in certain areas. But again, that's speculation. There's more speculation to what I've been able to research than even where the game's going to take place. But what we do know is Bethesda plans on a fairly bigger map than what we're used to, which could also spell doom in a way, because again, Starfield was huge and again, it was so shallow. But wicked improved gameplay mechanics are another one that we've heard about. Which means if it's Unreal Engine 5 like we know it's going to be, it's not if really, it's going to be Unreal Engine 5, could mean upgraded combat mechanics that we really need. I think Fallout really lacks in the combat mechanics, at least to single player video games. I haven't played Fallout 76, so I don't have a lot to really compare that to. I tried it, I didn't take, but of course I haven't picked it back up since they put a lot into it. But I do know that gameplay mechanics are going to be vastly improved, which means the combat mechanics as well are going to be improved. Now, another thing in the rumor mill is that Bethesda is focusing on a deeper and more narrative story for Fallout 5. Please. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of still need a story to drive me. I love open world exploration, but it's got to have a good purpose, not just a random purpose of fetch quests. You know, Skyrim was an example. Skyrim may be the king of all Bethesda video games and one of my favorites of all time. I don't have a bad thing to say about Skyrim, but I will say this. Story-driven narratives weren't really there, but they were. I mean, I liked the Dawn Guard. I thought Dawn Guard had the best story in the entire game, but that was an expansion. But yes, Bethesda has promised that there's going to be a much more deeper and narrative story-driven experience in Fallout 5. So here's the hope, and that's true. Is Fallout 5 going to be influenced by the series? Maybe, could be. I kind of hope so. I really enjoyed the series, season 1. I hope it doesn't end up being like The Last of Us and going total shite. But I do know that I enjoyed the series, so is it going to be influenced by the television series? Again, could be. We do know that I believe it's November 10th, I believe. November 10th is supposed to be a Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, and is releasing, I believe, for only half the cost is what it would normally be for a full game. It's going to have all the expansions from Vault, Tech, 88, Nuka-Cola World, is it Far Harbor, which I thought was the best of them, Far Harbor. But it's going to be an Anniversary Edition Fallout 4, supposedly released on November 10th. Now, the date of this video is the 3rd. I don't know, of its recording. I'm not releasing it on the 3rd, so it's probably going to be after the Anniversary Edition has launched. But again, you have all the expansions, and it's going to be heavy with Creation Club. Maybe that'll help. So you'll have a series coming up. You'll have a Fallout 4 Anniversary, and if you're still enjoying Fallout 76, you do have some Fallout to contend with until Fallout 5 eventually drops in 40 years. Now, to close this video out, I'm going to go over a few of my wants that I would love to see in Fallout 5 upon its release, hopefully in 2030. I mean, they still have hope that Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be 2026. Well, as of, again, this day, it's November 3rd already of 2025. I doubt it. But anyway, my wants are, again, a deeper storyline. I want every choice you make to really matter. I want an immersive story with NPCs that, kind of compel, a compelling storyline that, has you coming back, because good stories cause good replay value in video games, and that is a fact. I wouldn't mind deeper building and deeper customization of your building. Fallout 4 really gave you a good taste of building, and with the Creation Club and everything, it really allowed you to build your own cities in the Boston area. And so yeah, it was awesome. Like, I turned the Red Rocket Station right outside of forgot what your neighborhood was called, drawing blanks, but man, I made that into a city, and I made a Sanctuary also into Sanctuary Hills, I believe, into a city as well. So it was all, with some mods and stuff, I made that a massive city. And I hope that the building aspect of Fallout 5, if there is any, which there should be, I hope it is even deeper and a lot more meaningful too, because I love the building aspect of these games. I'd also like to see more faction choices, the Brotherhood of Steel, to mention some other factions in the past, the Enclave, I think the Underground Railroad, you had, I forgot what Preston and Garvey was a part of. Preston was, I can't even think of what they were called, man, it's been so long. But again, you had the Railroad, you even had is it Red Talon? No, Red Talon is in State of Decay, but I think it was the Talon Mercs. Even though I don't think you could join those, I'd like to be able to, join more factions, more faction choices. And it's a Bethesda game, so with each new Bethesda game that comes out, it ultimately allows more faction choices, I've noticed. I'd like more housing options in Fallout 5 too. You know, I thought one of the best ones was when you got to get that room in Rivet City on that aircraft carrier in Fallout 3. That was pretty cool. There was Tenpenny Tower, and obviously you either chose Tenpenny Tower or the one in Megaton, depending on what direction you went with taking out Megaton or not taking out Megaton. But I wouldn't mind more housing choices, kind of like you had in Skyrim. I love having different properties. Maybe rent them out for some bottle caps too. Who knows? Just an idea. And I want to see better combat mechanics in Fallout 5. Obviously, you know, you're going to have the Pip-Boy. You're going to have all these different things. But I want better melee mechanics with combat, and the obviously the firearms, all the ranged weapons, maybe some different crossbows in there or something. But I want to see better combat mechanics too. Not a big ask, especially if it's a brand new title on Unreal Engine 5. But anyway, guys, that's really all I had. I'm going to close this out. But, you know, there's very little that we know about Fallout 5 except for what you can research, which is what I did. But yes, they're expecting better story narratives from Bethesda, which is a big thing. And again, upgraded engine, which means better gameplay mechanics from aspects of just exploring and combat mechanics. But again, that's all I have, guys. Thanks so much for watching this. Again, please feel free to like the video, maybe subscribe to That's Fair Podcasting or Gaming Geeks Live. And if you didn't do any of those and you just watch this rambling video, thank you so much. That's what matters the most. And to all you gamers out there and Wastelanders, all love. And I'm outro.